Hey, what's up, fam? It's the Brazen Goddess, and I just wanted to come on here really quick today and give y'all an idea of what happened, my labor and delivery story, so y'all can kind of be caught up. I didn't get to write an article, but I had a little bit of time today. I had both the little babies are asleep. Julie's at grandma's. It's quiet. I'm like, let me go ahead and film this real quick. So, our labor and delivery actually went pretty much as planned. We have been having, or I have been having contractions since I was like 31 weeks. And so that was like concerning to us, to our midwife. And so we were, kind of freaking out about it. I had to just calm down, breathe. I was on bed rest for a while. Once I got to 36 weeks, that was pretty much like a green light. You can, go for walks now. You're good. So it was just a huge relief by that point. After that, at about 37 weeks, I was still having strong contractions that like pretty much didn't stop, and it was pretty consistent. They would be very hard, and then stop and start and stop and start, but consistently I had them for weeks. So I was like, I'm just ready for this baby to come. The baby is nice and big and juicy. I can feel that the baby's big. The baby's ready. So, we need to go ahead and get this started. And I was already actually dilating, so I'm just walking around like this, you know what I mean? So, on June 2nd, my mom said, this is what we're gonna do. It's Saturday. We're gonna go to a couple different stores. We're gonna walk around. This worked when she had her second to last baby. She said that her mom, my grandma took her to a whole bunch of different stores, walked around, and she went into labor that night. So I'm like, okay, well, let's try it. I'm down for anything at this point. So we went thrifting, we went to Whole Foods, we went a couple different places, and we just walking around. It was so hot, it was like 90 degrees. I'm just drinking cold water and frowning. And I was having contractions, so I'm like, okay, let me just keep walking, let me just deal with it, whatever. So we keep walking. I'm like, irritated or whatever. I get home and cook dinner, because you know how when you're hungry, you've been thinking about food and you don't want somebody else to make it because they're not going to make it the way that you would want it to be made. So I was tired, but I went ahead and cooked dinner. And then I came upstairs, and what was I doing? I was watching a video. I was watching YouTube, and I was doing the breast pump, because that is something that helps to induce labor too. So I did that, and when I stood up to go and take my son to the bathroom or something, I just felt my water break. And I was like, oh my God, Zumbi, my water broke. And he's like, are you sure it was your water? And I'm like, yes. And I was just, yes. I was so happy. So anyway, my water broke around 8:30. I went to go and get in the shower. Eventually ended up just filling up the tub, because the contraction started to smack me down. And so I sat in the tub, labored in the tub for about 3 hours, I want to say. About 3 hours. And I got out so that I could be checked. The baby was further down. I was a little bit more dilated, like maybe 4 centimeters or something like that. And the baby's heartbeat was really fast, because the contractions were pretty hard. So I got out of the water. Zumbi helped me stand up, and I was like swinging back and forth and everything, and that helped a little bit, but nothing really helped like the water. So at this point, I was just breathing, and I think this time, way more than last time, I made like an effort to just breathe through the contractions and relax into the contractions. And it helped so much. I even started to panic when it started getting really hard, and I was shaking and everything. But I stopped myself, took a deep breath, and kept breathing, to the point where my mom was like, well, we need to, make sure the contractions get harder. I'm like, oh no, they're very hard. I'm just breathing through. So I was standing up for a little bit, and I helped the baby come down. Got down on, I guess, on my hands and knees. Did that on the bed. That was pretty comfortable, I guess, for about 20 minutes. And then I was so tired. It was like 1 o'clock by this point, and I'm like, I'm exhausted, and I'm looking at my pillows just lustfully, like I could just lay down right there. I could just lay down and go to sleep for the rest of the night. But I knew, like, girl, you are not sleeping through these contractions. You have to have the baby or you cannot go to sleep. So I laid down on my side, and Zumbi and my midwife, they're just pushing my hips to, like, at a massage to kind of help them to open up and everything. And that was helpful. And I labored like that for a while, and then I just started to feel like I'm pushing, but I didn't know if the baby's head was down far enough because I don't know. I just didn't know if the baby's head was down far enough. So I started pushing, and then my midwife's like, well, you know, if you feel like pushing, the baby's head must be down. Go ahead and push. So I push, and I'm like, are you sure? Girl, are you sure? Push again, her head came out. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, oh, thank God. Pushed again, her body came out. And that was, the whole labor was about 5.5 hours. Did have a home birth, natural labor, you know, I ain't have nothing to help with the pain or anything. So that was what we wanted. And it was quicker. I mean, I pretty much figured it was gonna be quick because I was already dilating, but it was I don't want to say easier than expected. I don't want to give anybody any kind of false idea of natural labor, but in the end, I would definitely say it was worth it. And if you are planning to have a natural labor, know that it will be hard unless you're one of those unicorn women who don't have labor pains really, and the baby just slides out, because my cousin-in-law is like that. But the best way to get through it, if you're like me, I was pretty much in my head the whole labor, just breathing, taking it in, breathing in, breathing out. That's the only thing that you can control at that point. So breathe in and breathe out. But it was a really beautiful experience. She came out. She was just like, she was so small, y'all. She was 5 pounds, 11 ounces, completely healthy, reddening up, and her circulation was great. She was yelling and everything. So she is so precious. We are just, you know, blessed to have a girl, add a baby girl to our family. We have 2 boys. So that was my labor and delivery. Yes, if y'all have any questions, let me know. And I will see y'all in the next video. I do plan to make more videos just about natural childbirth, natural labor induction methods, just different things like that that you may have questions about. You can definitely leave them below if you do have any. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.